I saw the light go down Baker Street. Don't know exactly where he wants to meet. The last cigarette, a broken fall. The rain's gonna be really soon.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
I think it's time for the Cummington Fair.
I don't know where to start or when to end. I'm afraid that I might fall again. I saw someone coming towards me. That someone's gonna set me free. There she was. There she was. There she was.
Hey.
Dude, this thing is sick.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Are you Jack? Right?
I'm Jack.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle.
We met like I think once.
Yeah. Have you been to the Cummington Fair? A long time ago. Oh yeah, we talked. Are you ready? You look ready.
This is sweet.
Star Quest is the model,
I see.
and it's a.
You have been waiting for me all along. When my heart was made of stone. When my
The sun's coming out. I saw that.
Oh my
Get out of here.
Look at them.
What's it say? Yeah.
There she was. 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 I hold on to this moment. I know it's late, but I have just realized you feel the same way. And you have been waiting for me all along. When my heart was made of stone. When my heart was made of stone.
This light looks insane.
I can't even imagine.
The flagger is the real deal. I didn't respect this level.
So it was Mason, John Buddha, Jack, Noah, and I taking on the Cummington Fair. It happens at the end of every August, and it's the oldest agricultural fair in the country. Noah's right there in the black sweater. He's helped me a ton this summer and fall. He's very talented with a camera, and we have a blast together. He actually shot a bunch of the footage in this whole beginning section, and a lot of what you're about to see. Man, there's just nothing quite like the feeling of a fair at the end of summer. I've been coming here since I was just a toddler, and a quarter century later, I still get the same excitement. using my dad's old film camera since early summer, and it's changed my life. If you follow Trout and Coffee on Instagram, you can see a lot of the film photos I've been shooting. Here's that entire day you just watched, shot on a few different rolls of film. This shot of Mason swinging the hammer is one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. I love the motion in his swing balanced by the motion on the swing ride in the top left, separated by the vertical rulers right in the middle. And there's Noah down there getting the shot. No editing, no nonsense, just a raw moment in time, forever sealed. The end of August and early September was a beautiful time for me. I had been wanting to spruce up the outside of my office, do some painting and build some flower beds, and I finally had the time to do it. I spent many long days arriving before the sun and leaving after dark, turning this bland old oil building into a vibrant and colorful piece of life that would make the whole town smile as they drove by. I had a ton of help from Noah and my mom as well. My mom is one of the most creative people I know deep down. There's hardly a day that goes by that she doesn't create something new. I think she gave me some of that when she made me.
I saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day. I can still hear the shimmering sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the very top. We couldn't tell the sky from the ground. I know my life will never be the same after that day. You wrap me around your fingers and you stay. I don't ever wanna be alone again. In spite of all, you're my best friend. Let's sit down, it's getting cold. All that glitter is not gold, and you are something I don't wanna miss. The way you looked at me before makes me want you even more. If you want to, I'm up for a kiss.
Baby blue.
I know it's tough. Don't let anybody tell you you're not enough. There are days when we all feel like we're messed up, but we know that we're all diamonds in the rough. In spite of all, we are all we
Hoda!
got.
Hey! Hey, honey! Hey, Dink! Hi!
I know my life will never be the same after that day. You your fingers and you say, I don't ever wanna be alone again. Despite all, you're my best friend.
Are they good? Spicy.
I'm honestly a little surprised that camera made it through the Wacona Falls.
Now I can't wait to see if those came out.
Yeah.
I gotta send the film off. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That was such an impromptu, like, killer experience.
It had just rained, it was raging.
Yeah, it was
I always see Canadian geese here. It's a meeting spot. It must be so old, you know.
That's so cool. They must have like lineages of like mental maps passed on from generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so insane. In a way, like we can relate to that with our like special, you know, the special swimming holes, like
Yeah.
that, like, you know, these little places we go to. Except this is like their life, and they're navigating the world.
Mason and I have had some incredible days this year. A lot of unforgettable mini adventures. His family has a beach house in Rhode Island, and he invited me up there for a night to soak up the last of summer's warmth. Oh, and that's his girlfriend Yolani. She's a very cool human.
This is insane. I've never seen anything with... What is it?
His family's cottage is the kind of place that immediately steals your heart. So much character, so many stories. I never really spent that much time at the ocean growing up, so there's part of me that always longs for it, just out of pure mystery. The whole aura. Cedar shakes, sandy toes, tan skin, salt and sun. I definitely need an ocean escape for myself one day. I would so much rather have a bunch of little spots all over the place that all have their own vibe and are rich in character and stories than one giant mansion that just seems empty. I want to spend my time hopping between spots and creating art as I go.
Have you really kicked it hard?
miserable time. I played solitaire all day. And just bored.
That's sweet. And you slip. Hey, Julie. Over.
Mason and Yolani cooked some delicious meals, and we all had a chance to unwind and let the rush of summer dissipate into the salty air. I also got another one of my favorite photos the morning before I left. We went on a walk down to the fish market, and on the way we ran into a man who was painting in his front yard. He said he'd been coming to this spot for 30 years. I asked if I could take a photo, and he said sure. And his personality just shined right through in his expression. A small moment along the way that I'll never forget.
With a satellite, you know, this is for a big radio tower.
Pretty good maneuvering.
Dude, I'm screwed up many a roof.
So Mason has wanted to be a pilot his whole life, and at one point had his license and was flying all the time. But then life got wild, his license expired, and he didn't fly for years. It's almost like the dream floated away, and that had been accepted. And it was on this day, where we were doing a few errands and planning to survey the cabin for the renovations, when the idea of flying over fall foliage came up. I told him that I would help him get his pilot license back in any way I could, and his eyes lit up. Things were about to change for the better. Noah and I spent a lot of late summer gutting out the cabin and getting ready for renovations. The forest is thick there, and there's not a lot of windows.
Oh, crap.
Well, maybe we don't. Did you say there was a ladder down here?
Yes.
So the plan was to get more light in and brighten the whole space up. What started as adding a few skylights turned into, well, you'll see in the next video. It's actually crazy to look back and see what it looked like here. knowing what it looks like now. It makes me appreciate how much is actually happening, even if some days feel stagnant.
Well, that's a good point. The gutter mounts to that fascia. Actually, I'm sure it makes mounting the gutters easier. It does. It gives you a board to screw your gutters to.
Right.
So that's the big reason we want them right there.
Okay. What is it?
This is the biggest mushroom I think I've ever seen. Biggest mushroom. Yeah. Round spore. Wow. This might be called a turkey tail.
After we wrote down the initial cabin needs, we stopped at one of my favorite spots. I would love to restore this old Range Rover one day. All in good time. So I posted a version of what you're watching now on Instagram, but with the van and Hudson. This is the original idea from a few days prior. It was the first bit of foliage I found in mid-September, right before everything started to get crazy. Once I found this color, I figured I'd head up to southern Vermont and see if the hues were starting to pop up there. I spent many a morning making fresh coffee in the office, hopping in the truck before sunrise, and heading north in search of color. Hot coffee on a cold morning. There's nothing like it. colors popping in late September. I think the anticipation of a season is the most fun part.
Deer were sleeping here.
In fall, it's the chase, the hunt, the search for early color. I get this familiar, instinctual feeling during the hunt. It's as if all my senses are heightened, and I truly feel alive. So I've been having these ultra serendipitous things happen to me lately. On one of my days up in Vermont in late September, back when the sun was still hot enough for laying out on the rocks, I took a pit stop to swim at this river, and this happened.
Oh my God, that's a bald eagle right there. Holy crap.
A bald eagle flying over a covered bridge in early fall. And I happened to have a GoPro recording as if we had orchestrated the whole thing. Just surreal. I took a lot of pit stops in cool little towns. Tons of places I want to keep coming back to over the years. Just making mental maps of all my favorite spots. I posted this shot on the Trout Instagram last week. It was one of those magic moments that you can't plan for. Watching the leaves fall down graceful and slow in this little town square felt like my own ceremony for the beginning of fall. And remember, all it takes is one tree for a beautiful fall scene. So in between shooting every sunrise and editing all during the day, I was trying to make it up to the cabin as much as possible. Mason is the head contractor on the project, and John Buddha is working with him closely. And the dynamic on the job site is just incredible. It's so fun. I got another one of my favorite photos when we were getting the red metal roof down to the cabin. We discovered it was easiest to carry the pieces on your head, and therefore you needed a cardboard hat as padding. Look at John Buddha. If you didn't know any better, you'd think he was a lunatic. And he is, but in the best way.
Uncouth.
Uncalled for in this situation, time and place. Nope. No? Tell me.
That's it. Alright, take him off. Take him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I believe this was our last swim of the season, but I shouldn't say that because I'm down for a November plunge if these guys are.
Oh my God.
Late September in this little brook is refreshing, to say the least.
Warm water right there. No problem.
This is the hot springs you were telling us about? You're not jumping.
Huh?
How can you not cliff it?
It's low. No, it's probably fine. It is a little low though.
It is low.
I'm jumping. I'll test it. Oh god. That is low. Warm? Yeah. Oh yeah. I gotta get out. It's so...
How deep is it?
It's shallow.
Very shallow.
Yeah. My head almost didn't go underwater.
Oh, wow.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Here, catch this.
As always, it feels good to be back and catch up a bit. And just know that the best is yet to come. I filmed all fall long, and what you've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg. This is a very exciting time in my life. It's busy and hectic and full of creation. And I'm grateful that I have you damn good kids to share it with.
That is nice.
Have you noticed the red in the hillsides?
Oh yeah.
Today in particular.
Yeah, I know. Today it's coming less.
Yeah.
Probably from last night, the frost. Yeah.
You guys got any more or what?
I gotta get in one more, yeah.
What the hell is this?
I know. I don't know why I didn't pick it up.